Good morning. Probably wonder what am I doing out here on this lovely Monday morning in the woods of southern Worcester County. I'm actually doing a little bit of preseason scouting. You're probably saying, what do you mean by that? All right, this is one of the areas I go deer hunting in, and some people ask me, they'd like to get into hunting, and one of the first questions is, I don't know where to go. Well, there are a lot of places one can go, but as far as where to set up, that's another question. And I've been hunting this area for many years, and I know that I'm walking on a deer trail. In fact, I can see those indentations in the leaves. Those are footprints. So this is a good start right here. All right. What you want to do is you want to look for sign of deer. In other words, footprints, droppings, and even deer itself. And as I'm walking through here, all right, now I know this area rather well because last year I did see a deer, and I tried to set up in this particular tree here, but I had some trouble, As you can see, there's some branches that have been cut off or broken off. I'm still probably going to set up in this spot, but not quite yet. I'm going to, as you can see, I collected all the dead branches and put them aside here. But this area here, we're in some thick woods right now, is where I did see a very nice buck during archery season. And that's another thing I just want to bring up very quickly. There are various types of seasons for white-tailed deer. You have archery season, you have a firearm season, muzzleloader season. Ooh, got some, I don't know what that is. Some kind of bee. I've seen them around here. All right, so this is a spot where I did see a nice buck come out of the woods. Again, that was during archery season. And ideally what you want to do is if you're intending to hunt the white-tailed deer, you want to look at what season is open during the rut. The rut is the mating season. And I have found that it's usually the best time to go is about 5 days before, and 5 days, it's usually a 5 to 8 day window in and around Veterans Day. At least that's the way I see it here in southern New England. Okay. In fact, all the deer I've seen and shot, I keep journals, and I made a graph, and I found out that like 80% of the deer I have taken and seen were basically the first 2 weeks of November. So that's something to kind of keep in mind. And for Massachusetts, that means archery. All right. For the state of New Hampshire, that means muzzleloader. For the state of Rhode Island, that means muzzleloader. For Maine, you're already into the Maine firearm season. Okay. So in Connecticut, it's actually archery, but on private landowner, it's firearm season. So again, you have to do a little bit of your due diligence. Okay. So I'm just going to kind of poke around a little bit more. And I'm not worried about disturbing the deer this time of year because they'll have months to get acclimated. Okay. This is a nice little spot for a stand. And I know that I'm going in a westerly direction, so chances are what I'll want to do is I will want to put a tree stand in that particular tree right there, that oak tree, because the wind will be blowing towards my face, and generally speaking, the deer they're kind of going back and forth on this hilltop here. And that's another thing too. This is a hilltop. Generally speaking, at least what my dad told me, and he was never really wrong, deer tend to want to go to the highest point. And he's shot literally hundreds of deer. So I'll take what he has to say with a lot of truth. And here's another spot that I've actually kind of scoped out, and I actually kind of cleared this area out a little bit. Right? I shouldn't say I cleaned it right out, but there is a little path that I created here so I could kind of come in the back way and not disturb the area. I had intended to put a stand in this big white pine tree that we have here. And you can see there's a path that I made right there. In fact, I'll go down the path just to see if there's any changes. And right now, I'm not too worried about it because I sprayed my clothing with insect repellent. I'm not too worried about ticks. Even though they're out there, I would, oh, see, there's a branch. Like I said, I cleared this out as a path to kind of get in the back way. What you want to do is you want to enter your spot with the least amount of disturbance. Okay. So I kind of come out through this end here. Okay. Also, I'm not going to clear the path out too much because I know there are other people that come here. And I think last year somebody did come hunting in this area because I found an empty can of doe estrus. In other words, deer urine. And I know, put it this way, it's a brand I don't use, so it had to have been somebody else. In fact, the can is still here. I'm probably just going to leave it there because I don't want anybody to know that somebody else is coming in through here. All right? Yeah, right here. Somebody got that at Walmart and sprayed it all over the place and just probably sat there in the hopes of getting something. Which, you know what? This is open land in Massachusetts. If land is not posted, it's huntable. And on that note, I will bid you adieu.